morning. Well, today I thought I'd do a fun little thing, something kind of different on my videos. I've had a lot of people over the years ask me about this diet that I used to be on. Well, it wasn't really a diet. Many years ago, I had what was called bleeding ulcers. They were tears in my stomach, a lot of them. And I saw a general surgeon that completely did what I call a lifestyle change. I had to make a change in my life. It wasn't really considered a diet, 30 days or anything. I had to do this for a whole year to heal my stomach of these ulcers. And so I'm going to share a little bit of that with you this morning. And then I'm going to go right into showing you the ways that I kind of detox after the holidays, after Christmas and New Year's, of making all those wonderful foods and goodies that I like to make. And I've got a sweet tooth, I'll be honest with you. But today, I'm just going to kind of tell you about the things that kind of started me on eating better in my life was to eliminate certain things, but you can't just do it for a little 30 days or 2 weeks. You have to do it for a longer period than that. So for me, what worked for me was I had to get rid of the no-nos that I had been eating, like my general surgeon said, for probably 30, 35 years. I ate whatever I wanted to eat. Well, when you have bleeding ulcers, you can't do that anymore because they're very painful. I went in his office in a fetal position. I was in that much pain. So the number one no to take out of your life that you can't have in your diet for a whole year is no fried foods. None. No spicy foods. None. No caffeine. I couldn't have tea or coffee. Now, I thought that was going to be a major thing, a major hurdle for me to overcome, but it really wasn't. I love my peppermint tea, and I was an avid coffee drinker pretty much all my life. But again, I had to get rid of the pain that was in my stomach. No chocolate, no cholesterol season zinger teas, no citric acid, meaning apples and tomatoes, and pretty much no pasta. What could I have in my diet? I could have meat, but I had to grill it or I had to bake it. And I ate a lot of white steamed rice. I could have vegetables, but not raw vegetables. They had to be, cooked. What did I add to my diet when I took so much away? Was, yes, some vitamins. Now, not just any vitamins, because vitamins, when you take in a pill, they go down your stomach and they just sit there for a long time, sometimes for days, and don't do anything. I had to be put on a powdered diet. They were very expensive. They're called isotonics. They come in a 4-pack. And what's in the 4-pack is a multivitamin and OPC3, a B complex, some calcium, and yes, I did take a supplement of vitamin D. I also added a probiotic and 2 fiber pills into my stomach daily. So today I'm detoxing and kind of staying with the pattern of what I was used to for a whole year. Yes, after a year, my ulcers all healed up. My stomach did fine and healed up. But I didn't go back to eating the way I used to eat. So when I make all these cooking videos and everything, and people ask me, well, what does she do with all that food? Because normally it's just me here. Yes, a lot of it I give to my kids, or my neighbors next door, whatever. I don't like a big breakfast. I never have been one that sits down to a large breakfast in the morning. Lunch, give or take, if I'm out someplace or whatever, but mainly I like a good dinner, a good balanced dinner. And then I don't eat anything after dinner. I really don't. Liquids I can have, but I don't go back to all those fried and spicy things. It still upsets my stomach, even though the ulcers are all healed and gone. It's just if you do this for a whole year of what I call a lifestyle change, you're going to get used to this and you're going to like it. You really are. Because again, you're going to have more energy, you do lose weight, and you feel better. And that's kind of the most important thing. So today, I went down and I have a lot of fruit. I have grapefruit, I have apples, I have oranges, I have lemons and limes on my counter. I also have a lot of fruit. You see them in the grocery store. You buy them like this, whether it's blackberries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. Get containers of fruit like this, whether it's watermelon, pineapple, or some grapes. But today, what I'm going to do is I thought I'd bring out something that I brought out just the other day. Some of you may have this machine and some of you may not. It's just a little juicer. Now, I'm not promoting this particular juicer by any means. This is just one my husband and I picked up at Sam's Club. It is called a Power XL. Sorry, I had to take care of puppy dog again. Anyway, this is my machine, and it's called a Power XL that I got at Sam's Club. If you've never had a juicer, I'm just going to kind of walk you through the assembly of it and how to process the food in there and how easy this one is to clean. Now, many years ago, back in the 1990s, there is a man, he was kind of the father of juicers. His name was Jay Kordick, and he invented a juicer machine that actually my husband had back in the 90s. But what my husband didn't like about it, he said it was just so hard to clean. This one's not. This man was diagnosed with terminal bladder cancer. And so he did like me. He decided to do a lifestyle change in what he ate and put in his body. And he had a kind of a miracle drink of losing a lot of weight, yes. But what I want to say is that he died in 2017 at 93 years old, and he was diagnosed to be free of any disease. So the cancer wasn't there anymore. And whether it was because of his juicer and what he put in his body, I don't know. But I just know that a lot of people do this. It's pretty healthy for you, and I'm going to show you how easy it is. So if you have a juicer, get it out. Let's do this together. If you don't, go buy one. You can do a lot in a blender, but a blender isn't a juicer where it's giving you the juice. It just grinds up everything, and you have the liquid in with all your fruit or vegetables or whatever you're doing. A juicer takes that out. It takes the juice out and leaves all the pulp and all the other stuff behind so that all you're getting is the juice, and that's really all you're after. Okay, so today in my little juicer here, I guess I'll put it up here. It's got some rubber little stoppers on the edge, on the bottom of it, so it doesn't come off your counter. It's real safe and secure. At the very back of it, this is where all the pulp goes, in this great big container back here. That's where it all goes. Very simple. This bar right here, which I kind of have to turn this way, you just kind of go along here. And I do have time with this one. You pull it down, and then this part comes off. Okay, and inside this is the little blade. If I can get it up now. This is the little blade. Well, it came off last night for me just fine. Well, that's the little blade inside of it. I'm not really sure why it's not coming up right now, right when I want it to. Isn't that always the way when you show something? There we go. I think it was just kind of sticking because I really did clean this really well. Okay, so here's the little blade inside, an old container. You just slip it on there. This is what grinds up everything. It came with a nice little brush to clean this. It's not going to hurt your finger or anything. It's very soft and fine on this. But that's your little basket that is going to chop up everything. Okay, so we're going to put it all back together now. Put the little thing on the back here. Like I said, this is where all your pulp and everything's going to go. I will plug it in. And we put the handle back on it. That secures it. Now, what am I going to put in my little, see if I can get it all in here. What am I going to put in my little juicer this morning? Well, of course, everything with me is all nice and clean of being washed. I'm going to take a grapefruit. I'm going to take a glass and put it underneath my machine because that's where all the liquid is going to go, is in this glass. Now, with grapefruit, you just cut it in half and then cut it in half again. Now, the only problem with the big grapefruit is that, yes, you do have to take off the skin. Whether you peel it off or whether you do like what I'm going to show you of just taking off this outer skin, which I just kind of take it down almost to the part of where the pink starts. That's how I usually do mine. Really pretty simple. And then I cut that part in half. Now these are ready to go in this machine when I'm ready for it. It also has one more thing for it. Always for safety that you get a plunger that goes down in here. Okay, so again, we're just going to take the skin off. Now, the drink that I like the most is really simple. I mean, I can just go with 2 little ingredients and have a wonderful drink. Now, because it's out of season for grapefruit, we're not in the summertime when they're nice and pink colored or a bright red color, and they're very, very sweet. These aren't as sweet as what I would like. But that's okay because I'm going to add a different fruit to this, another one, that's going to make it taste nice and sweet. It just kind of balances it out. And again, cut these in half like this. So this is the beginning of making a nice drink in the morning, afternoon, whatever. Now, I have done this and put it in either glass or plastic containers. Containers such as ones like this that you can get. Some of them are like this in different sizes. Anything plastic or glass, doesn't matter, that you want to keep in your refrigerator. Because not all of us have time to do the juicers every day. Every day. Okay, so that's the first part of that. Now I'm going to get all this away a minute and go to the second fruit, which is an apple. Now the apple, all you have to do with the apple is you're going to cut it. Doesn't matter about the little brown spot on this one because I'm going to cut that right out. You have to get the seeds out. You cannot juice the seeds of an apple. Very, very toxic. So try to remember that. Take out the seeds. And again, I'm just quartering them here, cutting the apple in half, making sure all the seeds are out, leaving the skin on. So that's going to give you flavor. Just make sure that your apple is nice and washed on the outside before you ever begin. Okay, so here's my 2 ingredients. You're going to say, well, that's not very much. But I'm telling you, the flavor of doing this, of having just 2, I can add a third here in a minute, but I'm going to add these 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the machine on to number 1. There's 3 speeds, 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to turn it on to 1. And you can do like this and put the lid down. See how fast this is? If I had a whole bunch, I probably wouldn't. I would use the plunger. And I just kind of keep doing it in stages. Now how easy is this? Really? knife. Okay, now I need my plunger to make it go down. Almost makes it like the sound of a garbage disposal. Pretty much. Garbage disposal. But look at what I'm getting. Getting almost a full glass here. Of juice. Now that was pretty simple, wasn't it? Pretty simple. Give it just a little stir. You're going to say, well, an awful lot of foam. Yes, it's a little foam at first. No biggie. The apple with the grapefruit cuts that bitter taste in the grapefruit. If your grapefruit is, like I said, not in season like what it isn't right now. That's the first little detox of what I start my morning, every morning now for quite a little while, that I will cleanse out my body of having all that Christmas and holiday food and getting on to, a better way of living. Now, if I wanted to take, if I wanted to do a different one, and this little bucket back here that collects all of this, it holds quite a bit, so don't worry about it. So if I wanted to do, there's another one that you do with, just a minute, I thought I had it sitting right here. Okay, I'm back again. Sorry, forgot the carrots. Another delicious drink. Yes, it's going to help you lose weight. Take 2 carrots. I brought out 3. Wash them really well. You don't have to peel them and do all of that. What you do need to do, though, is cut them up just enough that they're going to grind up in this machine very well. So this particular drink of the carrots, and yes, an apple, is what the man that invented the juicer, his particular juicer, drank every day. He added different things to it. He would either add a cucumber, with the carrots and the apples, or I think he added broccoli. I can't remember, but I know one of them was. And people used to call it the miracle drink because, yes, he lost so much weight, but he was cleansing his body, and that was the main thing. He wanted to get his body nice. And I'll tell you, I have done this before. And it really does make you feel good. It gives you a lot of energy, makes you feel really, really good. As far as losing weight, the biggest weight loss that I did was, yes, when I had to go on the lifestyle change of my food intake and things with the ulcers. I went from weighing 130 pounds down to 98 pounds, kind of leveled out at 98 pounds. I was dropping about 9 pounds a week. But again, I was consistent with it. I did not waver against my diet of what I was doing of no fried foods, nothing spicy, all of that, eating just only certain things. You could ask my older son. He was with me the whole time that year of going through this journey with me. And it was difficult only in the aspect of when you want to go out for a lunch or a dinner, try going to a fast food restaurant and ordering off the menu. Very little of it is not fried. We tried going to restaurants where they would say, oh, we grill this. But in with the grilling, somehow it still had that fried taste to it. So that part was pretty difficult for me to go out and enjoy a meal out in a restaurant or fast food because everything's fried. When I went to the grocery store to buy drinks, something to drink because I couldn't have the caffeine anymore, couldn't have the regular tea of what I wanted anymore of my peppermint, I had to drink chamomile tea. So many of the berry drinks I couldn't have because of the citric acid in it. It would just tear up my stomach. Well, now again, I can start having things like this, especially an apple, I can start having, or my grapefruit, because my stomach is all healed now and I'm eating a lot better. I don't eat a lot of fried foods anymore. I really don't. Most of the things that I make are going to be either baked or grilled. Or if I do make something with hamburger, you've watched me before at my stove, I will go at the sink after I've cooked the hamburger and I will, rinse it all off with water and drain off all that grease because I just can't have it. So let's start with this second little drink here. Like I said, was the one that the man who had the juicer liked so well. And that is taking apples, carrots. Like I said, just kind of do it in increments here. Apples and carrots. And get the little sponger, make sure it all goes down. That's going to be a little louder. There we go. This is a mean machine here. Almost like that Ninja blender that I have. I'm also going to add to this. Now you can buy them like this, or sometimes they just come single at a grocery store. But you need some ginger root. Ginger is very good for you and very tasty. You don't need a whole lot of it. So I'm only going to take about that much of the ginger to add in this. Stick that down in there. I could add some cucumber if I wanted to. Now, you can peel the cucumber. Lots of people like the skin of the cucumber, but if I decided, well, I just don't want that skin on my stomach right now, then take it off. There's so many different, these aren't smoothie drinks. That's with milk and a different, whole different area. These are different things that you're doing to cleanse your body. Cleanse it up. Some cucumber in there. And again, give it a little stir. And this is the one that is supposed to work wonders. Okay, do I like it? Yes, I do. I like the flavor of the cucumber. I can taste the hint of ginger. And the carrots have a sweet taste to it. So whether it's just simple with grapefruit and apples, I could add some ginger to this one also, or whether it's the recipe that you're using carrots to a lot of things. Carrots and apples, grapefruit and apples, grapefruit and apples. If you want to do other drinks, now I have a pitcher in my refrigerator. That's why I bought my refrigerator, because I don't drink a lot of water. I just don't like the taste of just water. So it has what's called an infusion pitcher in it, which is very much like this. That in the cavity part of it, you fill with whatever fruit, berries or whatever. My husband likes to use the one in the refrigerator for lemons, and he puts strawberries in there and a couple other little berries, but he really likes the lemons in there. Instead of all that citrus, I did this one for my refrigerator just using the berries. I have blackberries, blueberries, raspberries, and the strawberries. And truly, this right here, it'll just come out looking like water. There's no color to it. But the taste of it, yes, I can almost taste every single one of those fruits. And that's what helps me out during the day too. Whether I drink all of this during a day, whatever I want to do, or I start every morning, like I said, with this one. Grapefruit and apples to start with. Maybe during the day in the afternoon, skipping lunch, whatever, I'm gonna, have one of these with the carrots. Maybe at bedtime, I'm gonna have the carrots and apples. Whichever one I choose, it's gonna be a healthy drink for me. So do something kind for yourself today. Give yourself the gift of a better health. And don't call it a diet. Don't call it a New Year's resolution. It is just a lifestyle change you're making for you. And so I hope my little presentation today makes you want to go out and, buy a little juicer. Like I said, whatever juicer you get, I'm not promoting this one in particular because there's thousands of juicers out there. This is just one that I kind of like. I'll probably put it on my website, cookingwithcaroldiane.com, under the gadget area, so that you can see where to buy it. If you've kind of forgotten after the video, you're going to say, where did she say she bought that? Well, I did buy it at Sam's Club, but I'm going to research this and see if you can order it on Amazon for the people that can't get out and or don't want to, with the stores. And I don't, truthfully. After Christmas, when I had to do a little extra grocery shopping, I'll tell you what, still the crowds, the people, everything, it's like, just let me order it on Amazon. That works best for me. It really does. So I hope you've enjoyed my lifestyle change recipe of putting together some real healthy drinks, and you go try it for a little while and see what you think too. So from my kitchen to yours, this is Cooking with Carol Diane. Go have a grand afternoon. I'll catch you later. Bye-bye now.